what's that word? I do think it's negligent, complete and utter negligence. I'm starting to think it's on purpose. You know, my whole thing was that was the whole thing at the start. Is everyone complicit with this? Are they knowing that they're hiding something? Are they knowing that it's something they've got to keep on the down low? How long has this been going on? How many trophies do we have to have? I don't fucking know, but fuck, am I the first one to think this? I don't know. Somebody out there, can you talk to me? Because let me know, bro, because with all the reading out there, you know, all the mental health and reading stuff out there, I think it's like complete negligence. I do. With the statistics on elite athletes, on professional athletes, all the stats, how vulnerable they are to mental health, how vulnerable they are to identity loss, how vulnerable they are coming straight out of school into a system where they don't understand what the world is. They don't develop, you know, mentally. Mental development isn't there. They don't understand the world. All they understand the world through is a filter of rugby, and that's the only way they've experienced adult life and how the world works in the system and what you do is through rugby. Especially somebody like me, I have a pretty a unique kind of experience where I just, because I am somebody that doesn't give up, I just keep going and going and going and going and going. I didn't really get the hint there. But yeah, it's a funny space to be in, because you know, I'm at the point where it's like, fuck, do I just keep talking, or what do I do? Can't do anything, can't action it, because I want to action something, I want to do something. And I've talked to a lot of ex-rugby players and they say the same stuff, but there's nothing really we can do. And I guess they've all come to that conclusion on their own, and I've come to it now, and I'm allowed to vocalise it. So I just got to do it, and I'm not getting paid by them, so I don't have a hand to bite, I guess. But mind-boggling. So you think I'd have some valuable insight on what it could be like, what it could possibly, the worst case scenario you could possibly have, really, of a semi-professional / professional rugby player. Been through it, done it all, been through all the PDs, been through all the systems, done the 7s, the 15s, the Mitre 10, Super. Yeah, done a little bit. First-hand experience. You'd think I'd have some say in how it all goes, but I've realised that they don't want to. They don't really want to listen. You know, I met up with one of them, one of the people of the NZRPA. She's a good woman, you know. She's a really, really good woman. But I guess they are just part of it all too. You know, they can only work within their scope. They can only give as much effort as they're paid, and the resources that they have and the budget that they get, which really probably is nothing, because you're not going to, you know, play a welfare, doesn't give back, because it's not part of the business scheme. But really it should be. You could create such an alumni of passionate, experienced rugby players that become professionals in the world, that feel so passionate about rugby still after that they invest in the game and they give all their money back to the game. They could create that kind of business. But if they did it right, you know, if they developed all the boys professionally as well as on the field, and they weren't discarded and used. But a lot of the people that are affected, like I was, they're very quiet and they don't want to talk about it. They're very hurt. I don't know why I've got all the courage to be saying all these things, but I just do, and I feel passionate, you know. I feel like so passionate about it, because I know where you can go mentally when these things aren't done properly and when they're not sorted. I know where you can go absolutely to the depths. So that's why I'm just gonna say stuff now. I'm just sick of being quiet. Like trying to be nice or, beat around the bush. And I know that I'll probably sound like a fucking crazy cunt, but it's just the truth. Player welfare in New Zealand in rugby is not being looked after, and I don't fucking care anymore. Sorry, I don't care anymore about who knows it because I they start all these groups, the rugby club and stuff. You go and do the rugby club after games, and you go still act like you're part of it all and part of the community when you should be going into these environments, these rugby environments. The goal for these people looking after player development, the PDs and professional development, and making sure the boys know what life is, especially coming in so young. They've got to go into the environment, and after 10 years they've got to come out better. If not, they've got to come out sharper than when they went in. Because where else are they going to learn these things? Where else are they going to get experience of life? They're just going to get used until they're not useful, and then they get discarded. It's like lambs to the slaughter. It most definitely is like that. And if we don't do something about it, fuck, I don't want to see any more suffering. The facts are there, the stats are there, everything is there to say that something extra is needed for these players, for these people, for these young men going through it. Something extra is needed, and what we've done does not work. What we're doing, I don't think it's working. The last thing I done was fill out this weird questionnaire, bro, and it was the questions were just not the questions you need to be asking these boys. I didn't want to believe that they just want me to be quiet. I don't know. They don't want shade on them? They don't want any... I don't know. They don't want me to say things because they don't want people to know, or they don't want me to say things because I don't know. They just don't want me to say things because it's their business. They don't want any bad light. Fuck, I don't know, bro, but something's got to be done. And if it ain't, there's going to be somebody else, bro. Somebody else. I'm lucky I didn't become a statistic. But yeah, it's fucking hard, bro, because that's why I'm so passionate, because I know it's like I've been given a second life, really. I survived it, and I went through it, and I got out the other side, and everything's in the past now, and I'm looking forward into the future now. And it's like, shit, that speed bump there, well, that was a big one to get past. Got past it, but fuck, there's not everyone can endure that shit. Not everyone has fucking got the leather skin to fucking endure shit like that. I'm just one of those fellas that never ever fucking give up. Like, I'm lucky that I've had that attitude since I was a fucking youngster. Like, just a never give up, never die attitude. Like, if you needed a soldier, bro, if you got me as a soldier, I would have been a good soldier. And I was a good rugby soldier. I just do what I was meant to do and do what I was told. And that was, that's probably why I was so susceptible to this shit, because I just do what I'm told, really. I always have. And I'm stepping into my own skin now. So that's why I'm so relentless on this stuff, because there needs to be a change. I don't think there's a change at all from what I've seen and what I've looked up, and how they've rebranded the whole I can't remember what it was called. It was something, but all the mental health stuff, it seems surface level. It seems like they're ticking a box, big box tick. Sorry if I'm being offensive, but I just got to say it, bro. There are some, I'm not saying that every NZRPA person's a prick and all this, they're just like anyone else. They're just a commodity to the company, to the business. They've just had to climb the ladder to get there as well, and usually they're just players that have played, and they've got to, they're still in the club. They're still in the club, and they're not going to bite the hand that feeds them, and they keep them settled and down, and keep paying them, paying them a wage, and or they're not, or they're just fellas that have come from outside rugby, they're interested in rugby, and they've climbed the ladder to get where they need to get to. Fuck knows, but a lot of them are good cunts too. Fucking good as people. A lot of them are good people. Fuck, I don't know, bro. Not too sure. Yeah. Sure.